Hey YouTube, it's Grace, and welcome to episode 5 of my series where I take every single painting from Minecraft and make them in real life. This week I ended up doing the stage painting, which was another one that I had never done before but had been wanting to do for a while. If you would like to learn how to make this painting for yourself, you can try to use this video as a tutorial, or you can head over to my Etsy, which I will have linked in the description, where I have all of these digital download guide tutorial thingies that will show you all of the supplies and steps you need to take to make these paintings for yourself. But anyways, let's get into it. I believe this is called the stage painting, and this is what I'm going to be doing this week. And I'll be doing it on an 18 by 18 inch canvas. I just got the canvas unwrapped, so now it's time to start on the grid, and the first step for that is figuring out the size of each pixel. So the way I do this is by taking the length and the height of the canvas, which in this case is 18 inches, and dividing it by however many pixels wide and tall the reference is, which in this case is 32 pixels. So we're gonna take 18 inches divided by 32 pixels, and we'll get it approximately 0.56 inches. So after I have that number, I get a ruler, I get a pencil, and I mark out on all four sides every 0.56 inches. Just finished marking out where all of the lines are going to go, so now I'm just going to use my ruler and connect all of them. I just finished the grid, and normally this is when I would add primer, but I do have a slight issue, which is that the primer I currently have is super old and it really just isn't working that well anymore. I need to get a new one, but I keep forgetting. So for now, I'm gonna try and use just a really cheap white paint and see if that gives the same effect, because I know that this is gonna be pretty thin and I want it to be pretty thin, so we're gonna see if that works. It hopefully does work, because this is a really nice grid. I'm a little bit surprised because this actually worked better than the primer that I have, because my old primer would just go on way too thick, but this, you can still see the grid through it so easily, and I think it's gonna be great. So I'm just gonna let this dry for a while, and then I will come back and start on the color. All right, it's the next day, and the primer, or white paint, I guess technically, is all dry now, so I'm going to start on the color. I'm going to be doing the border first, as always, just so that I don't get confused with counting pixels later. For that, I'll just be using this and doing the outer layer and then letting that dry and starting on the paint. I just finished the first coat of the black and then also this kind of grayish tan color. And these colors are super simple to mix, but just a refresher, the way that I figure out where each pixel goes is I start at the corner and then count over and down, and then just kind of mark everything out and then line it up. As you can see, I kind of messed up in a couple places, but we got everything fixed, so it's looking good so far. I'm gonna do dark gray next, because as you can see, there are a lot of spots around the black that I kind of need to fill in, and I don't want to accidentally put them the wrong color later, so I'm just gonna do them now. It's been a couple days, but I am back and ready to continue painting. Now I'm going to be moving on to this color here. I just did one swatch, but it is a lighter gray than this one and slightly more blue, as you can see on here. So I'm just going to be filling those in now. And these are the colors that I used to make that paint. I just filled in the blue and the light blue, and now I'm moving on to this kind of scarlet orange color. I have a bunch of other small filler colors and a lot of the white filled in at this point, but I need to take a break and let it dry because I keep like smearing it with the side of my hand because there's nowhere to rest my hand because everywhere is just wet paint. So I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll be back in a bit. Okay, it's been a while, everything's drying, and now I am just working on filling in all of the little gaps that I have left. I started off with this darker gray color, and then I moved on to this, then I moved on to this orange color, and yeah, we're just kind of mixing random little colors to fill everything in that's left. And literally just a few minutes after that last clip, I am done with the first coat. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, the second coat is kind of where everything starts to come together. I just use the exact same colors and just focus on making the paint more opaque and cleaning up the lines. So I'm gonna start on that, but I don't have a ton of time to do that today. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna do the black, and then I'm going to do another coat of the border, and then I think I'm gonna call it good for today. I didn't record myself painting the border just because I have to hold it in such a weird way, but here is how it looks so far with the border and the black as a second coat. But I will finish the second coat either later tonight or tomorrow, but probably tomorrow. Alright, I am back. It's the next morning and I am ready to finish this painting, so let's do more of the second coat. As I said yesterday, I'm literally just taking the same colors, or as close to those same colors as I can, and just adding another coat of paint, because here you can still see the grid underneath and we don't want to be able to see that at the end. I just finished the second coat, and as you can see, it's looking a lot better. There are definitely still some spots that need a second coat, especially like in the white area, just because that paint is so thin for some reason. And I don't know how well you can see on camera, but the border definitely needs another coat as well. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna do a third coat of those two colors and then work on touching up some of the lines. And yeah, I think that'll be the finishing details. And as you can see, the lines are a lot cleaner now and the touch-ups are pretty much done. So I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll show you how it turns out in natural light. And here's how the painting looks completely dry and in natural light. It gets kind of a weird glare from my window at certain angles, but I promise you it looks cool. I really enjoyed making this painting and I really like how it turned out, and I hope that you guys also enjoyed watching me make this painting and also like how it turned out. Like I said, I've never made this design before, but I really like it. I didn't expect it to be one of my favorites, but I think it might be. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see any of my other artwork, check out my Instagram. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, also check out my Etsy if you're interested in the tutorial guide type things that I am putting on there. But I think that concludes this video. So thank you so much for watching and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!